Sonic Banana Pudding Shake.
We're going to help you get your weekend planned a bit this morning on 3+U, your Saturday night anyway. Think about heading over to the Ringgold Depot, 7 o'clock on Saturday night, and hearing some of your favorite music of all time performed by one of our favorite musicians in the area. Ryan Oyer joins us this morning, and he's taking the stage with a group of musical friends for kind of a Beatles tribute night. Is that right, Ryan?
Yeah, we're going to be doing the music of the Beatles with a string ensemble, the Somersault String Ensemble, and I'm really stoked about it. We did this back in June, and it was an amazing show. So
I like the idea of it being a string ensemble, and I might have the wrong concept in my head, but the Beatles music, part of its charm is its simplicity, right? So
yeah.
That, first of all, the crowd can sing along with you if they want to, but with the string quartet, are you going to get to hear it in a little bit of a different way? Are some of the songs going to have a bit more of a melodic feel to them than what you might have heard on the radio?
Yeah, I think, what Stephanie Brooks did with her arrangements are just beautiful, and she draws out the musicality and the the Beatles were influenced by Bach and Mozart, and as simple as it sounds, it's not that simple, really. They were, they listened to the greats. So,
if you are a writer, you find that the most difficult part of writing is the editing. Anyone can string together a bunch of words. It's how you choose the right words to say what you want to say concisely. The same can be said for music. How do you choose the right chords to go along with the perfect lyrics to touch your heart? And that's what the Beatles found a way to do. Yeah,
definitely. And, it moved a lot of us, and moves a lot of us still.
Yeah, it's interesting. You and I are not the same age. Many of the people who will be there on Saturday night will be 20 years on either side of us. The timelessness of their music can't be overstated.
Right. It's classic,
It's classic. So now, they're not the only ones, though, that you're paying tribute to up there on the stage that night in terms of greats. You've also got Crazy Horse. They're a Neil Young tribute band. Is that right?
Lazy Horse, yes.
Lazy Horse.
Yeah, Neil's band was Crazy Horse. But yeah, Mike McDade and Mike Salter and Brent Sanders and Bill Lefton. In fact, I used to play with them. We all did Riverbend together, and it was a blast. And I'll be them for at least a tune or two. So
when you're doing these, Ryan, and you find a way to do a lot of these throughout the course of a year, and you definitely are a networking musician. You know lots of different musicians around the region, really, not just here in Chattanooga. Do you just find certain people that you collaborate with in an exceptional way, and is this group on Saturday part of that core?
Yeah, well, Butch Ross, who's opening, and I have been working together since my first record. He came and played on it, and then after that, Butch had made a bunch of records at that point, or at least two, and I was like, hey, would you help me, essentially produce my record? So him and I have been working 2012 with kind of like him in the producer seat in a big way on my music. And then and Mike from Lazy Horse, actually, he recorded the first record, and vicariously I learned how to record through him, working with him, and we worked together, and he played with my band forever. So I kind of just like make these connections, and I'm always like having ideas for things we can work on. So
yeah. So when you were choosing the lineup of songs for your Beatles part of it, I mean, that's volumes of songs to go through. To choose the ones that you were going to perform that night, was that a difficult task?
I kind of started with, I sent Stephanie about 20 songs that were kind of like my dream set list. And I said, pick some of these. And then I also left it open to her because I know that there's going to be things that she wants to arrange that I might not have thought of. And so we kind of just worked out what worked well as a set list together, and kind of went from there, and for me, I mean, like, any of it, I'd be happy to sing, and so it was just kind of easy, it was really easy. Once, now I say that, but Stephanie's part was really hard. She put in all the work on it,
So is there, I mean, you've been doing this a long time. You too are a professional musician. So you know what you bring to the mic that night, but still in all, is it a little bit intimidating to put your own spin on a song that Paul McCartney has branded into our minds?
I do think it takes a little bit of bravery and possibly arrogance, but this is the music. And for me, it's more of an homage. This is the music that got me into doing this in the first place. So it's, kind of going back to my roots in a way, in the place where I graduated high school. And so for me, it's a big, almost like a homecoming,
Yeah.
And, even with this show, what I'm really excited about is Kelsey, that used to play violin with the band, and her and her husband moved to Asheville. She's coming back to play for it, so it's like, in a big way, another just thing that feels like home,
That's very nice. And I think that's appropriate that you should mention that, because the Beatles seem to have never quite really forgotten their home roots there in Liverpool. So fitting that your home roots in Ringgold is something you want to celebrate.
Right.
So I have to ask you the corny question, but since you learned all this and was inspired by this in high school, do you have one favorite Beatles song that stands out for you?
That's so hard. More often than not, I would say Strawberry Fields Forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that
Oh yeah, that's on our set list for sure. In fact, I was born in Detroit, Michigan, and the house that I grew up in was built on a strawberry field part of the farm that was originally that town, Redford. It's right next to Detroit. So then we moved to Ringgold, and in '97, and we found out that again, the house was built on the strawberry field part. The whole subdivision was built on the strawberry field part of the farm. So it kind of follows me around in a way.
All right. Well, try not to cry then when you're singing that one on Saturday night.
I think I'll hold it together.
Okay. Ryan, congratulations. You've done a great job at a very challenging year and a half of keeping your music in front of people, and we appreciate you even more for doing that, and I hope you have a sold-out crowd on Saturday night. Tickets, by the way, are cash at the door, correct?
Yes, that's correct. And just $5, and kids are free.
Excellent. Go tap your feet, sing along to your favorite song. You'll see crowds of people spanning the generations doing the very same thing. It's at the Ringgold Depot this Saturday, 7 to 9. As Ryan said, $5 at the door. And sing along with him on Strawberry Fields. Great to talk to you, Ryan.
Hey, this is Trey Moon with Window Works and Exteriors. We are the exclusive Oakna dealer in your